I'm going to call today's class a plank builder class. So over the past few weeks, we've learned about the push and the pull when we're in our upward dog and downward dog. We've also learned about twisting with the shoulders, protracting. I'm going to come closer. About protracting and then retracting the shoulders, and when you twist and open up, how your back shoulder squeezes in and the front shoulder reaches, and that's how you can help yourself twist through the upper body. And then in today's class, we're going to start off our class learning about plank and doing some builds or some drills that can help us with the arms and the wrists to then hold the posture for a little bit longer. So without further ado, let's come down to our mat, and you can elevate your hips on a block or two. I'm going to put a block underneath my hips. My knees are going to come together, and this is a supported toe stretch pose. So you can use one or two blocks, see how you feel. You'll tuck your toes under, reach down and help the little pinky toe separate. Now after a few breaths, you might find you need to undo your toes, and that's okay. Okay, we're just starting off here in this uncomfy pose to later make ourselves a little more comfortable. So this is intense toe stretch. Take a few deep inhales, exhale through your mouth. And then you'll lean forward and untuck your toes. Give your toes a little tap. Maybe a little crisscross applesauce. And then sit back down onto your block. Again, you could double up or just use one. Then bring your knees together and walk your heels as close to your hips as you can. Open up your palms, lift the breastbone, roll the shoulders back and down. We're going to do a scaling by Loma breath where we inhale all the way to the very top, and then you exhale with 8 pauses. Inhale to the very top, exhale with 8 pauses, and we'll do that 8 times. So let's all inhale the breath and exhale through the nose 8 times. Inhale to the very top, and inhale. Pumping the belly. Inhale. Inhale. Two more times. Inhale to the top. One more. Inhale. Now we inhale up 8 times. We exhale smoothly all the way out. Inhale up 8. Exhale smoothly down. Let's start with an exhale out through the mouth. And scale it up to 8. And exhale it out. Contract the throat on that exhale. Inhale, scale it up 8. Exhale out. Breathe in. Exhale smooth. Bring it in. And smooth. 2 more times. Last one. And now we combine those two together. We scale it up for 8. We scale it down for 8. We do it 8 times. You can use your fingers to keep track. Let's start with an exhale. And let's begin. 4 to go. Scale it up. 8. Last 2. 1. Good. Now take 4. Inhales to the top. Exhale out. Ha. Feeding our body with oxygen. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. If you like to set an intention for a class, lift your hands to your heart space. Continue to softly breathe. Set your intention. And then blink your eyes open. We're going to come down to our back. So remove that block. Come down to your back. Working on body line. Hollow out your belly. So we'll bring the lower back to the floor. Let's lift our legs a little bit. Point your toes and squeeze your feet together. Lift your arms straight up and then hook your hands together. So we have one thumb over the other, one palm under, one palm on top. And then you'll reach your arms overhead and stretch and come into hollow body with your tailbone extended towards the front of your mat. Press the lower back down. Reach into this hollow body position. Arms alongside of your ears and breathe. So I'm kind of squeezing my head a little bit to straighten my elbows. Lower your toes a little bit more. Keep your gaze up towards the ceiling. And breathe for 8, 7, stretch 6, 5, lengthen 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze your knees and rock side to side. Extend your arms right back out. Squeeze your head a little bit and hold for 8. Tighten the thighs. 7, reach through the toes. 6, press the lower back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze the knees and release. Exhale. One more round. Reach the arms back. Reach the toes up. Then lower down into that hollow belly. Extend through fingers and toes. 8, 7. Squeeze your feet together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest. Roll your body up. Feet together. Open up the knees. Grab your toes for butterfly. Lift the chest and then pull your chest down towards your toes. Long spinal extension from the tailbone out through the crown of the head. Shoulders pressed down. I want you to bend forward from the hips. Try keeping the back straight. Pull it down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lean on back. Take the legs around. You're going to come onto your stomach and bring your forehead to the floor. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. So you're going to press in between the big toe and the second toe. And lift your knees off the floor, so start to engage. Pull your belly muscles off of the floor as well. Reach your arms forward and point your thumbs straight up. Now press into your pinky fingers. Pull the belly muscles in. Do you feel your thighs engaging as well? Feel your glutes start to squeeze in. And then keep the forehead down. Keep pressing down into the pinky fingers and into the toes for 3, 2, pull the belly up, and 1. Now keep the body engaged in this. Let's lift the head off of the floor. Lift your thumbs, reach them straight up towards the ceiling and the arms alongside of your ears. And we hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. This time keep your forehead to the mat. Just lift your arms way up as high as you can. And just follow my voice. So the thumbs reach towards the ceiling. Keep pressing down into your legs. Lower down, tap that pinky finger down. Lift up the thumbs. Tap the fingers down for 2. Lift it up. 1 more. And down. And lift it all the way up. Now all the way down. Press into your pinky fingers. Lift your head off of the floor. Then lift your arms again and hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Lower it all the way down. Take a breath. Relax your legs. Good. Go right back at it. Press down into the floor. Firm up your thighs and your glutes. Lift your belly off of the floor. So how do you do that? Press down into your thighs. Now lift your arms off. Point your thumb straight up, straight up. Lift up as high as you can and hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Great job. Bring it down. Now next, your head is down. Bend at the elbows in goal posts and then lift your elbows off of the floor. Then press down into your legs. Same thing. Lift your head, but squeeze your elbows in towards each other. Squeeze them in, okay? Squeeze them in. Now we're going to lower the chest down without lowering the hands. Tap your forehead just hover it. Lift it up again. Lower it down. Are your legs engaged? Don't lose it. Pull the belly in. Lift it up. Squeeze your elbows. And lower down. We got one more and we hold it here. Lift it up. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Hands go under the shoulders. Press up onto hands and knees. And release a ha sound. Hands go underneath your shoulders. So we want to have the fingers spread, guys, but not so much that you can't see the arches and the domes in your hands and your knuckles. So be sure that they're spread, but you can bend your knuckles a little bit. Now press down into your floor. Draw the floor toward you, or the mat towards you, and then push your shoulders towards your hips as you lift the chest. Now to go into cat pose, push down into the heels of your hands, tuck your hip bones under, and then round into angry cat. Press down into your hands, pull the heels of your hands towards your knees. Do you feel how you're using that sticky mat? And then exhale, drop in. Complete 2 more on your own. Inhale to lift, and then exhale to round. So you're going to use the hands the same way when you go into upward facing dog. Here's your upward facing dog back right here. This is called happy cat. And then push into the heels of your hands into angry cat. Now come into stationary and neutral spine. Press down into your hands. Pull the hands back towards the knees. And then draw the belly muscles in. Let's try to scoop your belly up and gently press away. Now, shoulders unshrug away from the ears. Your toes are just lightly tapped on the floor. Squeeze your belly in and just slightly release it. And then exhale, squeeze your belly muscles in. Slightly release it. So these are vacuum crunches. Exhale, squeeze. We're going to do 5 more. Inhale. Exhale, vacuum it in. And release. Exhale, vacuum it in. And release. Exhale, vacuum the belly in. And release. 1 more. Hold it here. Vacuum it in. And release. Now, lift the belly muscles again. Lift the right arm, reach it forward as if you're grabbing somebody's hands. Okay, thumb is up just like we did a moment ago. Pull the shoulders back. Now, we're going to lean into the right knee a little bit in order to lift the left leg off of the floor. So once you got the left leg off of the floor, lean back into the left hand a little bit. Try to even it out. In fact, try to draw the left hand and the right knee together, and then try to reach opposite right arm and left foot in opposite directions. Good. Keep that extension. Pull the belly muscles in. Now, can you feel how your left thigh is squeezing? I want you to wrap your inner thigh inward. So it's an internal rotation. With your right arm, I want you to wrap your right pinky slightly under for an external rotation here in the upper shoulder. Good. Then pull the shoulders back down. Keep that reach for 3, 2, and set it down. Good. A lot of engagement. Let's go for the other side. Let's start with lifting the right leg. Press it back. Lift up your left arm. Reach it forward. So it's like I'm grabbing your hand. All right. And now squeeze your right hand and your left knee together. Keep that squeeze happening. And then with your left arm and your right leg. Reach out, 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 and then squeeze the belly muscles in. I want you to reach out so much through your right heel that you're feeling the right glute start to engage. And then draw the belly in. Internally rotate your right inner thigh and externally rotate your left arm. Good. Hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. And release for 1. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, roll it. Yeah, squeeze inward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round. So you're going to tuck your toes and extend back into your first downward facing dog. Press down through the heels. So it's not important that your heels are touching the ground. We just want to get a little bit of stretch in your hamstrings. Press through the hands. Point your tricep muscles down. And then look forward and step your right foot in between your thumbs. And then we'll lower down to the left knee. Okay, then lower down to the left knee. Good. Now, before you start to come up, start to squeeze in your front heel and then your back knee. So I'm squeezing in, and that's going to help you square your hips. So start to squeeze in and then hover your hands and eventually come up. Squeeze in and hover, and then come all the way up. Pull your belly muscles in, and bring your hands to your thigh. Next thing we're going to do is arms are going to go out, and we're going to cross our left arm under and the right arm on top for eagle arms. So if eagle arms is a little difficult, you're just going to hug yourself and walk your fingers to your mid back and lift your elbows. Okay, otherwise, I'm going to come forward to show you these eagle arms. Our left arm is under, the right arm is on top, and then you take the fingers and walk the fingers to the heel of the hand like that. You lift the elbows, drop the shoulders, pull the hands away. Lift the elbows, drop the shoulders, pull the hands away. If you're holding onto your shoulders, you lift the elbows, drop the shoulders, and you still pull away. Okay? Keep and hold it right there. Don't lose it in the legs. Squeeze your heel and your knee towards each other. Grip the toes into the mat. Lift up through your fingertips or through your elbows, shoulders drop, pull the hands away. Tilt the pelvis up a little bit more. Keep that extension. And then exhale, lean on forward, fingertips to the floor. Lift up your back leg. So now we're in a lunge. So now I want you to press into the front foot and the back ball of the foot and pull them towards each other until you get a hand hover. Yeah, get a hand hover. You're going to feel the inner thighs start to engage. Now this bottom leg, you're going to wrap it in just the same way as when we were on hands and knees. Wrap it in. Then lift up. Reach behind you. I'm going to come towards the camera, and you're going to grab your elbows and then lifting up here. So grab your elbows and lift up. Hold it here for a few moments. And then our next step is to make fists and touch your knuckles together behind your back. Make fists and touch your knuckles together. Pull your belly muscles in and then press your elbows back. So this is a step towards our reverse prayer. Pull the elbows back. Now our next step is right hip pulls back. Lean on forward. Try to straighten out your left leg as you lean forward. Lift up your shoulders, lift up your breastbone. Take the belly off of your right thigh. Squeeze into the left thigh, and we hold for 5. Keep activation going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands slowly come down. Knee comes down. Right foot back. And left foot comes forward. Good. So starting from our low lunge position. The front foot squeezes back, back knee forward. That starts to engage your glutes and square out your legs. Get that hover in your hands. Lifting up. Open up your arms. Cross your right arm under your left arm on top. Either hold onto your shoulders, okay, or go for that eagle. So with the left foot forward, the right arm is under, left is on top. Lift your elbows, drop your shoulders, pull the arms away from your face, or the hands away. Lift the elbows, shoulders down, pull the hands away from the face. My left foot presses down, pulls back. My right knee presses down, pushes forward. Good. Tilt the pelvis up, up, up. Hip bones pressing up, tilting up, hollowing out the belly. So we're kind of building here in this drill all the little subtleties of the squeezes, the lifting, the tucks, the pulls. One more breath, and then exhale, release your hands down. Lift your right knee off of the floor, push into the front leg, and then the back toes, I'm pushing down and pulling forward. So it's like a scissor action. Can you feel the inner thighs start to engage? Squeeze them so much that you can start to lift off of the floor. You might feel your body shaking a little bit too. And then come all the way up. Step one is to grab your elbows. Open up your chest, roll the shoulders back. So right now I'm internally rotating my right inner thigh in. So this is my right thigh. You're internally rotating it in. Keep on to that alignment. Make fists. Put your fists together. Squeeze your belly in, and you're going to lower down into a flat back. But we're still activating our legs. Press down into both legs. Squeeze them together. Left hip back, right forward. You should feel the hamstring. Left hamstring start to go on fire. Good. Squeeze your belly in for 5. Lift your chest. 4, 3, 2, and down. Take your foot back into downward facing dog. Press down into your heels. Sigh it out. We'll bend the right knee into the chest. Stretch out the left hamstring. And then bend the left knee. Press the right heel down. Stretch it out. Good. Take another 2 breaths. Put both of the heels down on the floor. Lower all the way down to the knees, feet together, knees together. Walk the hands forward. Come up onto your fingertips and stretch out your lats. Create some space by pulling the belly muscles in and start to protract your shoulders, kind of rounding into the upper back. And then put the hands flat, look forward, come up onto hands and knees, open up the knees, lift the chest into that happy cat position. Exhale into angry cat. Complete 2 more on your own. Inhale to lift, and then exhale. Inhale to lift, warming up the spine, and then exhale. So we're going to come on down to our hips and come back down to our back. Put your hands behind your head. You're going to wing your elbows out. And then legs are going to go up into a pike. So here's our inhale. Keep the shoulders off of the floor. And then exhale, lower the toes. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squeeze. Make your legs feel like they're one leg. Go down pretty much as low as you can. Going down to hover position. Working on that hollow body. So we have the lower back touching the floor, and we also have the shoulders protracting because we're holding our elbows out and supporting our head. Good. Keep on going. We have 5 more. Slowly lowering. 5. Inhale up, exhale, squeeze your feet together. 4, and exhale. 3, exhale. 2, squeeze those legs together. Exhale. 1. Okay, hold that hollow body position. Bring your right knee into your chest. Cross your left elbow to the right knee. And then inhale, open up, extend the right leg. Exhale, left knee comes in, cross it. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross. These are yogi bicycles. Toes are pointed. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. Press your lower back to the floor. This too shall pass, guys. Keep the attention where it needs to be. Stay focused. We're doing this together. Inhale, extend hollow body. Exhale, yogi bicycle. Good. We got 5 more. Let's go. 5. And we cross it. Reach it. And 4. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Cross it for 3. Inhale. And cross. Hollow body. Cross it for 2. We're almost there. Hollow body. And cross. 1 more. Here it is. Cross it. 1. Legs continue to hover. And cross it. Come back into that hover position. Lower your head, but lift your legs up. Lower your head, but lift your legs. Place your hands underneath your hips. Good. Thumbs are pointing towards each other. Scoot your elbows in so you can feel them alongside your body. Legs are in pike. Press your feet together. And we lower slowly for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to climb up. We flex the right foot and we walk. 4. We walk. 3, 2, all the way up to that pike. Feet together, lower. 4, 3, 2, all the way down. Just into that hover. Walk it up. 4, 3, 2, feet to come together and lower it down. Keep the squeeze. Walk it up. 4, 3, 2, and a squeeze. Lower it down. We got 3 more to go. Good. Walk it. 4, 3, 2, and up. 2 more. Walk it. 4, 3, 2, and squeeze. Here's our finale right here. 1 more. And 4, 3, 2, 1. We lower it down. Press down into your hands. Keep the lower back there. Can you lift your head up and look at your toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, knees into the chest. Rock side to side and roll yourself up. Hold on to your toes again. So we're going into another butterfly fold. So I have my hands interlaced. I'm going to put them right around my toes. I'm going to scoot my heels towards my groin. Lift the chest, back is flat. Wing the elbows out and pull the chest down with a flat back. Inhale, exhale, pull it down. Keep that resistance. Push the belly towards your heels. Good. We're going to hold for 8. Keep pulling down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now we're going to roll back and roll up to our feet. Okay, so you can take a few tries rolling back, rolling up, and we're going to be standing up all the way. So as soon as you pop up on your feet, hold it there and then stand up in mountain. Good, and come all the way up. So in this, your feet come together and we're going to click our heels and use that force between our heels to elevate the heels. Now the hands by your hips, I just want you to slide them up. I'll turn a little bit so you can see. So I'm squeezing my heels together a lot. Pull the lower belly in. So as you start to move your hands up, I want that to be a reminder to engage your body. So we start with the legs. Legs are fully engaged. Squeeze the heels. We get to the waist. Pull the belly in. Are your glutes engaged too before we go up? Good. Bring it up to the ribs. Ribs down. Good. Ribs down, but sternum up. Now shoulders neutral. Ooh, if you fall, just come on up. And you're going to reach the fingers. Now, keep your head neutral, but look up with your eyes. Good. So it's not moving your chin. Your chin is neutral, but your eyes are looking up towards the ceiling. Keep those heels squeezing together. Full body engagement right here. Glutes are squeezing like crazy. Belly button in. So you might be hopefully a little bit out of breath. I want you to really work your muscles today, so much that you can't really have a conversation, right? You can see I'm barely carrying on here. I'm starting to break a sweat. It's getting harder to breathe. Make your body engage. Good. Squeeze into those calves. We have 8, 7. Keep that reach. Lift your shoulders. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower your heels. Woo. Hands to your hips. Lift your right heel. Lift your left heel. And let's just pedal it out. Step your feet hips width distance apart. Inhale, lift up your arms, and then exhale, bring them to your chest and just fold forward and down. So from here, we'll keep our toes lifted, and I want you to have this option of using your blocks to elevate the floor. So if your fingertips can touch the floor, you're going to be right here on the floor, but your hands are in tent pose, and this is what tent pose is. So tent pose looks like this. Okay, you have your fingers on the floor. That's it. Good. So if your fingers don't touch the floor, put them on your blocks. Because I want you to see about having your knees straight. Inhale, rise up halfway. And then exhale, fold forward and down. Do that 2 more times. Press your knees straight, squeeze your thighs, belly in as you fold. Feel the muscles engaging and pulling back towards the spine as you fold. You're creating that length in the spine with the support of the abdominal muscles. Here's our last one. We lower down and then grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Your peace fingers go between your big toe and second toe. Your thumb presses on the toe. Inhale, lift up halfway. Let's bend our knees and bring our chest to the thigh. And now as you pull the crown of the head down, wing your elbows out and try to keep your belly glued to your thighs. Lean into the balls of your feet. Pull the head down. See, so then as you're pulling the head down, you can start to straighten the legs, but not at the expense of ungluing your belly to your thighs, okay? Keep the belly glued to your thighs and only go to your limit. And then exhale, release. Let's step the hands underneath the feet. Bring the toes to the wrists. Same thing, inhale to lift with bent knees. Exhale to pull the crown of the head down. And then you can start to straighten the knees by leaning forward, but keep the belly glued. So if your hamstrings aren't ready to open up, then just keep the knees bent. And 2 to 3 more breaths. Now we'll lift up the head. We'll place the hands flat. We'll come on down to our hands and our knees. Walk the hands underneath you. And now we're going to lift up our thumb and the heel of our hand. Okay, so you could stay just like this. I'm going to come forward to show you what your hand should be doing. So you're going to be on your hand. You're just going to lift up your thumb and your wrist. So you're doing like a little push-up like that. And let's go. So we're going to lift up the thumb and the heel. Lean into the 4 fingers and lower. And we go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your right hand where it is. Turn your left. You're going to twist your left thumb inward. So you're like turning your hand behind to show off your elbow. Okay? Straighten it out. And then do that again on the other side. So we turn the right arm in, show off your right elbow, push your shoulder down, and then lower it. Next, we're going to turn the thumbs outward. Turn them out and show off your inner elbows. Press down into the heels of your hands and lift your spine for our happy cat. And then exhale, round your spine. Angry cat. Repeat 2 more times. Press down into the heels of the hands. And as you do that, you're drawing your shoulders towards your hips. And then you're also pushing away. Good. We have 1 more wrist stretch. You're going to turn your fingers back around. And sit back a little bit. Take your left hand and just turn it down, fingers towards your knees. Straighten out your elbow, and then take your time, be gentle with your wrist, and just stretch it out. So I'm just gently pressing in the top of my hand and my elbow straight. And then give it a little shake and go on to side 2. And then give it a little shake. All right, coming up onto your hands. So all of this is preparation for learning our plank builder. So you're going to come up into your plank right here, but I want you to swivel your heels to the right and then lift up your left arm. And if you can, take your eyes to the side, squeeze into your top shoulders, you're retracting, and then push away from the bottom. If you can turn and look at your top hand, try that, okay? And squeeze your belly in, press down into your legs and start to really engage your thighs. So it's your full body working. It's not just your arms working, it's your full body. Lift your hips up and feel the obliques start to recruit. And then exhale, we're going to go down and switch our arms out. So our left arm goes down, we lift our heels, swivel them over to the left, and then our right arm lifts. Press the ground away, lift your hips high, get that squeeze in your obliques, then turn your gaze to the side, maybe even turn it up at the ceiling. Retract your top shoulder, protract your bottom, and give that squeeze in your legs and your glutes. Lift your hips a little higher, and then exhale. You're going to come down to your knees and come down to your elbows. So the next thing, you're on your knees and your elbows. You're going to take your hands and just put them down into your mat with your thumbs up. So just like this, okay, on your forearms. That's it. You got it. Yep. Okay. And then lift up your hips, press down into your forearms, squeeze into your glutes, and lift your chest and your chin just slightly. Okay, so it's kind of like you're poking your sternum through and forward. And then swivel to your right heel and your left heel, you're swiveling to the right, but push into your forearms and lift your hips up. Send your sternum forward. Good. Next, come back to center. We're almost done, almost done. Hang in there. Go on over to your left. Press into your forearms, firm your thighs, lift your hips a little bit, and then exhale, come all the way down. Good. We're going to grab behind our back. So if your shoulders are feeling a little tight, use your strap, and you could put your strap in your opposite hand, okay? Otherwise, interlace behind your back. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift your knees off of the floor. And then lift up your sternum, reach the knuckles back. So again, you're either clasping your hands behind you or using your strap. Pull the hands towards your heels or reach them, and then pull them away from your glutes. Arching into the upper spine. Take 3 more breaths. Keep that pull. Squeeze the palms towards each other. It's okay if your body starts to feel like it's shaking or like you're out of breath. We're using our muscles. And exhale, release. Good. Press yourself up, and you're going to take a breath. So we're going to go down to our first plank hold. And we're going to incorporate all these subtleties that we've been learning. So plank hold has the arms straight. So this is what you're going to do. When you're facing the mat, you're going to spread your fingers, but not too wide. Like spread them, but not to stretch them too wide. You want to have them so that your fingertips can arch a little bit. Your shoulders are going to protract. You're going to hollow out your belly. Your neck is neutral. So do this with me. Lift your arms up. Place the hands in front of your shoulders. Protract. Push them down. So you're going to push slightly into that mat and pull it down. That's going to lengthen your neck. Squeeze your belly in. Okay? Then I'll talk you through the rest. Okay, actually, I'm going to do this so that you have something to gauge. So you're going to put this in between your hands, but your hands are actually going to be separated a little bit. Okay, so you're not going to be that close. You're going to be a little separate. Let me set my clock. Don't want to have you down there longer than needed. All right, set your hands down. You measure. Right foot back, left foot back. Your feet can be hips width distance apart or a little bit wider. Use your toes and take your shoulders slightly forward, more forward than your wrists. Press down and pull the mat slightly back. Shoulders reach down towards the hips. Now with your thighs, you're going to internally rotate just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit internally rotate. Press down into your hands. And then rotate your triceps back and your biceps forward. See how that pulls your shoulders down? Squeeze into your abs, hollow out your belly. Keep lengthening through your neck. Chin is neutral. Good. Keep the breath. Dig deep with your breath. I know this is a longer hold than we've done in our classes. Building some strength here. Seeing how we do with this. Dig deep with the breath, and we're done. Whew. Get off your hands, circle it out, shake it. Little doggy paddle. All right, let's step back into our down dog, and we're gonna flow a little bit, okay? We've done so much focus. Walk your feet forward, move your block, roll your body up. Good. Shoulders back. Inhale, lift your arms up. And exhale them to your chest. Bend your knees, step your left foot way back. Wiggle it down. Tilt your pelvis up. Inhale to lift into crescent pose. Exhale to sink. We'll hold on to these for a few breaths today so you can get your body in alignment, taking our time. See if you can notice things today with your alignment and ever so slightly tweaking them. Good. Let's bring our hands, fingertips to the back of the head, elbows out. You're going to turn your left heel in and turn to the left side of your mat into a big horse squat. So this is called horse pose. Lift up your shoulders over your hips. Exhale, give your thigh a tap. And up. Tap. And up. Tap. And up. Good. One more. Warrior two. Our arms start to stretch. Our back heel turns. We sink into our front leg, into that warrior. Sinking down a little bit lower. Squeezing into our back thigh. Flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Stretching at the same time as building stamina and strength. Triangle pose next. Straighten your leg. Hinge at your front hip. We're going to bring our fingertips down to our shin. Give a little pressure. Hands in tent pose. Lift your top arm. So we have our fingers in tent pose so we're not putting too much weight. But now I want you to slide it into the inside of the leg and press into the inside and open up your top chest. Reach your left fingers to the ceiling. Imagine you're being pulled up, pulled up, pulled up. Reverse Trikonasana, reverse triangle. Arm back. Squeezing into your glutes. Inhale, lift up. Go back into your warrior two. Release your left arm and lift it up into warrior one. Bring the hands to your chest. Lift your back heel into lunge pose. Hands lower down. Step back into your plank. Good. Try to do some self-corrections here. Pressing the floor away, slightly internally rotating those inner thighs. And then either holding here and going to down dog or lower for 4, 3, 2, upward facing dog. Pull the floor towards you. Lower your hips, press into your feet. Exhale, chin to chest, navel to spine. Push that floor away. And flip your toes into downward dog. Slowly take a walk towards the front of your mat. Slowly breathe in and lift your body. Arms reach up. Mountain pose. And exhale, hands to the chest. Bend your knees, step your right foot way back. So our left foot is forward. Sink down into your crescent pose. We're going to scoop the pelvis up and lift the arms. Shoulders over hips. One more breath. Exhale, hands to the back of the head. You're going to turn to your right, open up into horse pose. Press the knees out. Inhale at the top, squeeze into your glutes. Exhale, tap it to the back and up to the front and up, back, up, front. Last one. Transitioning into warrior 2. So the back heel turns back. Your right toes are slightly in and flat. Turn your left toes forward and sink into your warrior 2 pose. Sink it a little bit lower, firming your back thigh. Flip your front palm and take it back. So as your top arm reaches back, your front knee is sinking forward. Next is triangle pose. Start to press into those legs, lift up, crease into your left hip, reach forward, tent your fingers, put your fingers to your shin, and then lifting up. So this is to not put too much weight on your front leg. And then take that left hand, press into your left calf, and use that to open up the shoulders and stack them. Squeeze into your thighs, pull yourself up with your fingers, and reverse your Trikonasana pose, your triangle pose. Legs like a triangle. Inhale, start to lift up. Exhale, sink back into warrior 2. Release your right arm down, lift it up into your warrior 1. Exhale, palms to the chest, lift your right heel. Sink into your crescent lunge. Start to lower forward. Remember this flat back. And hands down. Step it back into your push-up plank. Self-correcting, inner thigh slightly rolling in. Press away, round your upper back into protraction. Squeeze into it, either hold and go into down dog or move down into chaturanga. 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip the toes, upward dog. Downward dog. Push your mat forward and back. We have 3 full breaths in your downward facing dog. Awesome job. Inhale through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. So good, these deep breaths for nervous system. And so good too to be lifting up our body weight, squeezing our muscles. And it helps to keep our brain focused on the breath and on the contractions and the resisting and the pushes and the pulls. Good. Take another deep breath in. You're going to step your right foot forward in between your thumbs, and then your left knee goes back. So we're going to go into blaster pose. Toe heel your right foot slightly to the right. Bring your hands to the center. You're going to take your blocks, or you can just put your hand on your thigh. I'll probably be transitioning over to my thigh actually in a second. But I have my blocks at level 3. I'm going to sink my hips down and squeeze into the left glute. Okay, squeeze into it. So now you go up to your maximum height, open up the shoulders, press into your front foot. Now I'm going to bring my hands to my thigh, interlace, and push away. We hold it here for about 5 breaths. You can close your eyes or look up at the sky or your ceiling. Soft gaze. So starting to wind down. Smooth out your breath even more. And then exhale, we'll lower our hands back down. You have the blocks there to elevate you if needed. Turn your right toes out into lizard lunge. So the toes turned out create lizard lunge. Scoot the left leg back a little bit. Sink into the right hip. And we're going to kickstand our foot. So you're going to show the sole of your foot, rolling onto the right pinky toes. And then your hands walk off to the left. Yeah, you got it. So feel your body like taffy. It's strong, but you can reach and pull. You might feel a little resistance like taffy. Just try to lengthen it. Now, keep your left hand off of the mat and just lift your head up. Take your right hand and put it to the inside of your right thigh. And I'm going to use the heel of my hand to push away. So you might need to walk off a little further if you need more space. But you're going to push that thigh away from you. And then turn your shoulder to the right and look up. So try to get your right elbow to straighten. Yeah. There you go. So to the inside of your thigh. It's just pushing the right knee out. And exhale, release. We're going to toe heel the right foot for pigeon pose. Toe heel the right foot over to the left. Lower down to the right knee and hip. You can have that option of 90-90 with a fold, or extend the left leg back to straight. Flex your foot as you enter this pigeon pose because it protects the knees. With the block now, or the bolster, you can put a block or a bolster or a pillow underneath your right hip depending on what you need for alignment and stability. And then lifting up, press down into that right leg, and then exhale, fold forward and down. So sometimes we lean a little bit to the right, and I use my right forearm to hold myself steady to keep the alignment with the right hip, pulling back and the left hip forward. So you're always trying to line up your hips. So right now you're lining up the hips from right to left, left to right. We have 2 more breaths. And then have a seat onto your right hip. Bend your left knee, squeeze your heel into your glute, and then bring the left knee in towards the right heel of the foot. Lean on back for thigh stretch. So I'm leaning back onto my right elbow and tucking my tailbone under. And then as an additional option, we've done this before, we take the right foot and we cross it on top of the left thigh, and then you push down. And then you have those options to stay on your elbows, go to your back, and even put your hands overhead. We'll start to lift up. Extend the right leg completely straight. Easy does it. Open up your left knee. Flex your right toes with a strap or hold onto your foot. You're going to fold forward and pull the foot towards you. Pull the belly in, and then twist your shoulders slightly to the right and have your knee right in the middle. So when you're lowering down, you're lining up your nose and your sternum with your leg. Good. Lifting up, Open up your left leg into a straddle. So return to the left side of our mat. Press down into your hips and scoot them forward. And then walk your hands in any amount forward, but press down with the belly. So we're taking the roundness out of your spine. Flexing your feet so that you can keep the knees straight, and then find that hinge in your hips so that the groin is getting stretched. And the inner thighs. Push down a little bit more on your next exhale, and then release and bring it up. Let's put our hands so you reach underneath the knees, and that helps your knees bend. Go on to side 2. So now the left foot is forward into blaster pose. The ankle and the heel are slightly forward from the knee, and then I'm using my blocks on level 3, walking my right knee back. So right now the toes, my left toes are forward, and you just lift up, walk the blocks back, go to your highest point. Once you get to the highest point, then you're going to take your hands over to your thighs, interlace, press, and lift. Releasing stress, tension from your hips. And exhale into our lizard pose. So hands are going to come down to the inside, toe heel your left foot out, and then turn it onto the left pinky toe so that the knee opens up. Lower the chest and then walk the hands off to the right corner of your mat. Extend towards the right, but sink the hips to the left. And as you do that, another subtle cue here is to pull the belly in and to line up your shoulders from right to left, and then reach the arms equally towards the right corner of your mat as you're sinking the hips down towards the left. Let's lift our head. Keep your right hand off of the mat. Take your left hand to the inside of your left thigh and just push it away and lift your chest. So I have my fingers turning up, and the heel of my hand is down. I'm using the heel of my hand to open up my thigh. And exhale, release, toe heel your left foot to the right of your mat and lower down into either 90-90 or pigeon pose. 90-90 has the knees bent and you go over your shin. Pigeon pose has the back leg straight. Both poses need to have the foot flexed to protect the knee. And then inhale to lift and exhale to fold. Rest your head either on your hands, making fists to stack, or maybe on the block or your bolster. Releasing into the shoulders. Let the torso melt down into the floor. And start to let your body weight lean over to the left. And as you lift up, bend the right knee, draw the heel in, and then take the right knee forward a little bit so it touches your left sole of the foot. And then lean on back for thigh stretch. And if you want a little bit more, you can cross your left foot over your right thigh. Lean on back. Maybe you go down to the elbows or all the way down to the back. If you're able to go down to your backs, try putting your arms overhead. Three more breaths. Now we'll start to make our way up. Extend your left leg straight. Open up your right knee. flex your left toes, lift your shoulders and turn them to square them forward, and then fold forward and down. So if you're using your hands, your fingers are on the balls of your feet, pull it back. If you're using your strap, put the strap on the ball of your foot, and then pull it back with resistance. Elbows weeing out. Lifting up, draw the right leg in, lowering back, take one block with you. You're going to walk the heels in towards your hips, press down into your heels, lift up your hips, and then set your block underneath you on level 2. So it's on the second highest level. So if you don't have a block handy, you're going to just lift up your hips and hold them in the air. Squeeze your glutes. So now actually all of us are going to reach down towards our heels. See if you can touch your heels. And then see if you can push your block away and then interlace your hands underneath. Press down into your hands. Lift your hips up as high as you can. And then exhale, lowering down. We'll lift our legs up in the air. Rock your hips up to put your hands underneath for shoulder stand. Once you get your hands to your lower back, then you're going to walk your shoulders and your elbows underneath you. Keep your gaze up, okay? So just follow my voice because I want to keep your neck safe. You're going to walk your shoulders underneath, or you can check out what I'm doing first and then go into it. You just don't want to move your head around. So I'm pressing up into the feet. Hands are at the low back. Shoulders walk underneath you. Elbows inch their way towards each other. Take about 3 to 4 more breaths. Point the toes way up, way up. Pull the belly muscles in. If you'd like to go into plow pose, you'll follow your toes and take your legs overhead completely above your head. And take about 2 breaths there. Good. When you're ready, slowly start to roll your body all the way down. Lower the soles of your feet down, press into the floor, scoot your hips to the right. You're going to cross your right leg over the left and then twist your knees over to the left. Open your arms up into a T position and turn your chin to the right. Breathe here and relax. And start to come back to center. Unwind your legs. Scoot your hips to the left. Cross your left over the right. And simple twist over to the right. Turn your left shoulder to the left and your chin. And staying on your right side, just unravel your knees. Slide your right arm up and make a pillow for your right ear. Turn onto your right side. Take a few moments here in the fetal position. Releasing all work and effort. And pressing your body up. Coming into cross-legged with your right foot over your left. Walk your fingers forward.
Let your head and your shoulders release down. Just gently move your chin to relax your neck muscles. And rolling yourself up. Cross your left foot over your right. Inhale, breath, exhale, fold. Now rolling yourself up. Let's float our right hand to our chest and our left hand to our bellies. If you're more comfortable, have a seat on a block. We'll conclude our class with 3-4-5 breath. We inhale for 3, we hold for 4, and we exhale for 5, 3 times. And let's begin. Exhale. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 3. Hold 4. Out 5. And come back to your natural breath. Let's press our palms together, sealing in our practice. May you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for joining. Namaste.